The deadliest battle in history began with a German blitz into a Soviet city on the Volga. The Germans wanted to crush morale by seizing Stalingrad, but Stalin ordered no retreat. For months, soldiers fought in rubble, room by room, floor by floor. Then, in winter, the Soviets launched a massive counteroffensive encircling the German Sixth Army. Cut off, starving, and freezing, the Germans surrendered in February 1943. Over 2 million were killed, wounded, or captured. On June 18, 1815, Europe turned its gaze to a small village in Belgium. Napoleon Bonaparte, returned from exile, faced off against British-led Allied forces under the Duke of Wellington and the Prussians under Blücher. The fighting raged from morning until dusk, with French cavalry charging repeatedly. But the Allies held firm. Late in the day, Prussian reinforcements sealed the French defeat. Napoleon fled, and his empire collapsed for good. It was muddy, miserable, and hopeless, or so it seemed. In 1415, during the 100 Years' War, England's King Henry V faced a much larger French force. Trapped near Agincourt and sick with dysentery, the English held their ground. But the longbow made the difference. Firing 6 arrows per minute, English archers devastated French knights in heavy armor. The narrow, muddy field became a slaughterhouse. Agincourt wasn't just a win. It was a turning point in medieval warfare and a legend of English valor. In 1571, one of the largest naval battles in history took place in the Gulf of Patras. A Christian coalition called the Holy League, led by Spain, Venice, and the Papacy, faced the powerful Ottoman navy. Over 400 ships clashed in chaotic, close-quarters fighting. Cannons roared, boarding parties clashed with swords. By day's end, the Holy League won a decisive victory, destroying most of the Ottoman fleet. Lepanto was a turning point. It halted Ottoman expansion into the western Mediterranean and signaled a shift in naval power. On October 14, 1066, two worlds collided in southern England. The Anglo-Saxon king, Harold Godwinson, faced William, Duke of Normandy, in a brutal all-day battle. Harold's shield wall held strong, until Norman cavalry faked retreat and broke their line. By day's end, Harold lay dead with an arrow to the eye, and William became the conqueror. The Norman victory reshaped England's language, law, and aristocracy, fusing Viking, French, and Saxon cultures. On December 2, 1805, Napoleon Bonaparte faced the combined armies of Russia and Austria in what became his greatest tactical masterpiece. Outnumbered, he lured the Allies into a trap, feigning weakness on his right flank. When they attacked, he struck hard at their center, splitting their forces and securing a stunning victory. Over 30,000 Allied troops were lost. Austerlitz crushed the Third Coalition and cemented Napoleon's reputation as a military genius. It redrew the map of Europe and shocked the old monarchies into fear and awe. Before he was emperor, Constantine faced his rival Maxentius for control of Rome. On the eve of battle in 312, Constantine reportedly saw a vision, a cross in the sky with the words, "In this sign, conquer." He ordered Christian symbols painted on his soldiers' shields, and the next day he won a stunning victory at the Milvian Bridge. Maxentius drowned in the Tiber, and Constantine became sole ruler of the West. Soon after, he legalized Christianity in the Roman Empire. Bleed France white. That was the German plan in 1916. They launched a massive assault on the French fortress city of Verdun, expecting France to pour in troops to defend it. They were right. For 10 horrific months, both sides hurled shells, gas, and bodies at each other. The French cry, "They shall not pass," became a national symbol. Over 700,000 casualties were counted by the end. France held Verdun, but at terrible cost. The battle became the epitome of World War I's brutality and senseless slaughter. In May 1453, the 1,000-year-old Byzantine Empire came to a dramatic end. Ottoman Sultan Mehmed II brought 80,000 troops and massive cannons to the walls of Constantinople. For weeks, the defenders, outnumbered and desperate, held firm. But the Ottomans finally breached the walls after 53 days. The fall marked the end of the Eastern Roman Empire and the rise of the Ottomans. It also sent Greek scholars fleeing west, helping ignite the Renaissance. The Middle Ages ended with the fall of a city and the start of a new empire. In 732, near the city of Tours in modern-day France, Frankish forces under Charles Martel clashed with the invading Umayyad Caliphate. The Muslim army had swept across Spain and aimed to expand deeper into Europe. But Martel, nicknamed the Hammer, led a disciplined defense that crushed the advance. The battle wasn't the largest of the era, but it was decisive. Many historians believe it preserved Christianity as the dominant faith in Europe. Charles Martel's victory set the stage for the Carolingian Empire and his grandson Charlemagne.